Hey, we're live. I think I can't. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hear us?
If you can't, then well, we're talking to ourselves. But welcome. This is a very special edition of the SVS Audiophile Happy Hour. Although it's our third live event we've actually done this, not counting trade shows. So, going to be a little bit different, but we're still going to have the same fun that we always do.
Where are we?
I was going to kick that one over to Gary first, but I'll just say I'm doing awesome. We've had a lot of fun here setting up, and Gary, why don't you frame up a little bit of what's going on tonight?
Well, first of all, this is different, obviously. The three of us are together, which we love, although I don't know, maybe those two are happier about being together.
I have a few less hairs than I did.
But we thought that our SVS virtual community deserved kind of a little behind-the-scenes thing and maybe a taste of what our normal happy hour is. So we are at Starpower in Scottsdale, Arizona. Larry and Nick are going to take you on a tour of the store. But we thought it would be fun just to kick off like a normal happy hour for you. This is a little bit experimental, so we're going to be looking in the comments for your feedback about how it's working for you. Kick it off in a fun way, talk behind the scenes. Then they're going to take you on a tour of the store. And then we're going to do the formal presentation. We have, I think, more than 200 people here in this not giant store. So it should be a lot of fun. And I guess I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
this is our third in-person event. We're still committed to doing the virtual happy hours, but it is so great to interact with live people, and I'm getting all kinds of cool feedback. I already signed 2 SVS plaques, which was fun.
Yeah, signing autographs is kind of
maybe
weird,
a little bit of an ego trip.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I was a celebrity, which I don't think I am.
My hand was shaking when I was signing it because I'm like, I've never done an autograph. I'm not sure what it's supposed to look like.
I don't know if I should sign it as a signature or try to make it look like an autograph so that we're fancy.
Well, it was really fun. Yeah. So, should we do some of our normal happy hours?
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's.
I'm drinking sugar-free Red Bull.
There you go. I have a bottle of water over there.
Larry's already.
I have my iced tea hanging out by where we're gonna be tonight.
The coolest part for me, there's like 100 people or so out here, and more people showing up by the minute, and like at least 15 people have already walked up and be like, "We love the happy hour." So.
There's watching you for 3 years.
Yeah, there's nothing more rewarding than sort of getting that sort of in-person feedback from somebody who's only enjoyed you virtually, and they talk like you know you, and it just it's so comforting to kind of have that. But Larry, I didn't really tee you up with the giveaway, so should I introduce what we're giving away?
I have no idea what we're giving away.
All right, well, 4 giveaways tonight for you folks. First will be a pair of our
4 giveaways for the virtual community.
That's right.
Yes. Just for you guys.
And we will have a pair of our Prime Wireless Pro powered speakers. That will be our first giveaway. The CES Innovations ISA and Sound-O-Vision Top Pick Award winning. Then we'll be giving away
Larry's favorite SBS product, right, Larry?
Yes.
Then we'll be doing a 3000 micro subwoofer. Then we'll be doing an SB 2000 Pro subwoofer. Ooh. And to wrap it up, we'll be doing a pair of Prime Tower speakers.
Whoa.
So mixing it up a little bit.
We're showing all of that tonight.
Season of giving.
Nick will be talking to you. He'll be whispering to you like he does through the event. I'll be speaking to the people that are here. And then we'll be able to do I guess we're doing the giveaways during the demos. Is that how we're doing it?
Yeah, we'll be doing the giveaways like we did in the other events while we're doing demos out in the big system room. We'll announce those by name, and we'll get those shipped out to you with getting your confirmation emails out by my buddy Vince, who's tuning in as well.
Yes.
But we have to get back to the crowd. But let's go through what we've been listening to, because I want to keep some of the original format here in place. So Larry, why don't I start with you? Give me some demo recommendations.
Well, musically, I've been finding some new artists and stuff recently. Let me see how many times I can say recently, but I found a band out of Australia called The Fame. It's FAIM, and have been really listening to a lot of their music. So if you're into the kind of alternative rock scene, they remind me a lot of Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco. So I'm listening to them. And got to go to some movies. I saw Violent Night last Thursday, opening night in Dolby Cinema. And I think David Harbour will now be known for 2 roles for the rest of his life. Obviously Hopper from Stranger Things, but he's a kick-ass Santa. So I've been doing that, and then stuff on Netflix and getting ready for this event too. So I've been watching a lot.
Very cool. Well, I finished Andor, and I was in love with it. Yes. I thought it just got better as the season went on, and I cannot wait for the next season. And for those who've been tracking us on Instagram, you'll see that my home theater is coming together very nicely. I just have to mount the prime elevations. But I did a little listening session of, I know this is cliche, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, because I just wanted to hear it with the full-fledged system as opposed to in my car, which is like the only other time I've ever heard that. And sticking with the festive theme, I'm I'm guiltily admitting this. I watched Spirited, which is a Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell holiday movie, and I didn't know it was a musical going into it, so I almost shut it down before it even got going. But I had a couple chuckles, and for a musical, it was enjoyable. My wife liked it, and we had a good time, sipping eggnog, watching a holiday movie to get into the spirit. So I don't know that I would give it a hearty recommendation, but certainly it's a good movie to sit
Just
down
go
with
see
somebody.
Violent Night instead.
Yeah, you got polar opposites there, so you can have some
There's
fun.
only two people in the history of the world that are cool with a man bun, and David Harbour is Santa with a man bun. Pretty cool looking dude.
There you go. Gary, what about yourself?
Well, as far as great home theater demos, I don't have any for you, but I have found two really cool shows, I think. I am just finishing season 1 of White Lotus, which is on HBO Max. That show is so entertaining, and I know we're in the middle of season 2. It's a great date night show. I've been watching it with my wife. And also,
howdy, David.
Party crasher.
This is David Pigeon.
Come in a little. You're out of frame. You're out of frame. I promise we're not lounging and escaping the event.
Yeah, we're doing our Facebook broadcast.
I'm not sure the camera can see you, but
I might be able to. It's So White Lotus, huh?
I love White Lotus, and then the other one I love, which is a big Netflix thing, is Wednesday. I don't know.
I haven't started that yet, but I'll be watching it on my flight.
It's Tim Burton. I think it's great. From a musical place, you guys know I'm in metal. I saw Tool 4 times this year. I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it's not metal, but I saw them as well 4 times this year. So I'm going to tell you what I'm really excited about.
Don't leave, David. We want your recommendation too.
Yeah, what have you been watching and listening to?
Yeah, it's really easy. You just name whatever you're into now.
But for me, right now, what I'm excited about, the classical music season has started. I've seen multiple classical concerts, and I wanted to, friends at least, ask me, what's a good entry point to classical music? And I have one for you, if you're interested. An entry point to Mozart. There's a artist I saw at the Kennedy Center named Vikingur Olafsson. He's from Iceland. I'm not going to spell it, but the disc is called, and it's on your streaming service, Mozart and His Contemporaries, and it's brilliant, and it will help you get an entry point to Mozart. It's just a solo piano playing some somewhat familiar stuff with Mozart and some not so familiar, but I think at the end of it you'll get it. And so and it sounds amazing, by the way, on Qobuz, which is my streamer of choice. So that's what I've been doing.
And as Gary mentioned,
yeah,
David Pigeon, he's the owner of Starpower, this awesome store we're in right now, as well as there's another location in the Dallas market too.
Right. And he apparently likes to photobomb people.
That's fine. If anyone has earned the right.
I didn't know you guys were on. I thought you were lounging.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's this event going on. We're going to just take a few minutes off. But he's a legend in the AV industry, and obviously he runs these phenomenal retail stores here with some of the finest AV gear you'll find.
Actually, David is one of the people I have known the longest in our industry. When I was back in my very early days, we were in the same buying group together, and we bonded very, very early on. That had to be like, what, 30 years ago even?
You guys are old.
30 plus years ago.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So the people want to know, David, what should they be listening to, or what should they be tuning into now that's great for AV demos?
Oh, wow. Listen to somebody, we had John Legend live. I'm going to tell you that voice is truly unbelievable to listen to, and listening to some of these newer, listening with the kids are listening to it and stuff. For me, it's incredible to listen to the background music and the changes and all the different things that go on, because when we were growing up, it's pretty much one voice, one item, and a lot of the remakes and things that I'm listening to. But I've always been a huge Whitney Houston fan.
She's got her movie coming soon too.
Still love. I'm gonna see her movie with it, but that's huge for me. I do enjoy every once in a while stepping over to a little either classical or something, just to hear something on the speakers that just change things, and that's to me to just the differentiation. And I love to just, when you do get time, which is very rare, to sit and just listen
Yeah, you got to escape.
Hear it differently and escape into a different area.
Awesome. Just to say, David is the owner of Starpower. They have this beautiful store, which you're going to get a tour of here in Scottsdale, Arizona. But they also have unbelievably beautiful stores in the Dallas area. So if you're anywhere near Phoenix or Dallas, I totally recommend. These are the most beautiful stores in the country and in the world. Just absolutely gorgeous stores with a professional team that helps you. So couldn't recommend these folks more. And you're going to get a. Are you guys?
Yeah,
we're ready. Yeah, we got to get moving. We got a couple hundred people out here waiting for us to get started. So hopefully our feed's still going on.
Yeah.
And,
Gary's going to go out there. Nick and I are going to give you a tour of the store.
All right, we're still live. That's a good sign.
Yeah, so be careful. Just so you know, we're going different on the tripod now. So, the camera might get a little wonky. But I think we're going to go head out front now, huh?
Let's do it, Larry.
All right, so we're going to go jump out front and give the customers and our viewers a view of the store. So, excuse us, sorry. Oh, I got to remember I'm on mic, so not say yes.
All right, so what's the comments?
So I don't have to be loud, which is kind of cool. Excuse us.
Oh my God, what are you standing on?
I'm on the red carpet.
They legit rolled out the red carpet.
They did. It was kind of fun. We watched them bring it out. So just to kind of reset for those of you all that are just joining us, I'm Larry. That's Nick behind the camera. You know us. And we are at Starpower in Scottsdale, Arizona, bringing you our Audiophile Happy Hour live. We're going to unleash some subwoofers and speakers tonight, but I want to give you a quick tour of the store before we really get things going. And I hope you enjoy, because this is, like Gary's saying, this is a really fantastic store, and I'm going to be really careful walking backwards. But when you walk in, this is a luxury showroom, so it's all about the experiences of audio and video. So they've got music systems and home theater systems set up on the right side. And then over on the left side is all about the video experience. So they've got a full wall of TVs, projectors, and another sound room in the back. So I think we'll go this way first. You can see up here they put all the stuff, their rewards and everything they're recognized for. When you come in, you're greeted by their sales staff up front too. A little bit of everything. Sorry, I'm going to run into somebody, I know it. And then full remote and multi-room solutions and everything set up too. But I'll take you back here. We're going to do 3 experiences tonight, and this is where I'll be hanging out for a home theater experience. But over here, they've got some of their higher-end TVs, a couple of music systems, and some surround sound systems with the speakers built into the ceiling to showcase everything they can do. Because this is probably one of the best renowned custom install integrators in the country.
Is that a prime elevation?
Yeah.
There you go.
And so over here, I'm going to do a 5.1 system. And that'll be our prime bookshelves up front as the front left and right, a prime center, obviously for the dialogue, a pair of prime satellites on either side. Hey, Ken, you want to come say hi? Come here, Ken. Everybody's met Ken, right? So, oh, come on. Ken's our director of sales. He's here hanging out with us tonight. And then tucked away over here in the corner, I have an SB1000 that's going to bring this whole system together. And it'll be powered by a Denon 4700 receiver.
We have to get creative with our speaker placement here. So we actually have one of our satellites over here, and then another satellite over here on this little.
Look at this amazing wire management I did, tucking wire with gaffer's tape and stuff.
We went through about 3 rolls of gaffer's tape here, just trying to make this lifestyle friendly.
We spent more time taping than we did actually wiring up the system. But we're going to do another quick tour because we are running behind. So we're going to go this way. And where we just were, they have these listening rooms that are all themed. And this is what they call the green room. And you can come in here and get a projector experience.
So these are all actually current customers. They have a lot of athletes who come in here for spring training.
My all-time favorite baseball player up there.
T.O., Steve Smith, Braylon Edwards, Adrian Peterson. A lot of felonies with those names, so that's all right.
Yeah, you got some Cowboys players in here too. You all know how I love the Cowboys. Wait, that could be used against me. I should have said that differently.
So another sort of underrated thing that they have here is all sorts of upholstery. You have
all custom-made furniture. They do tile, they do flooring, leather, all of that.
You would want to get the system.
They built this whole cabinet. We won't go into this room, but full custom furniture, custom cabinetry. And then we'll go in here real quick. So where we're going to walk into now is known as their Ultimate Theater. It is a huge JBL synthesis experience with a massive 120 something inch screen.
Who wants a rack shot?
Yeah. With D-Box. And they're playing Top Gun Maverick, which we will be playing tonight too. And just to let all you know, we're going to kick off in about 3 or 4 minutes outside in the main area. We're just, if you don't want to be on Facebook, cover your face because we are broadcasting live.
So this is kind of a cool area too. This is their sort of outdoor AV. So they have waterproof televisions as well as
in this room. I don't know where you're
looking to set up a patio.
Here we are going to
have
do
these very cool
Prime
rock
Wireless
speakers
products.
as well. If you're trying to do something in the ground, maybe by the
showcase
pool.
the Prime Wireless powered
They
bookshelf.
have all sorts of different
Prime
kinds
Wireless
of
sound
rocks.
base.
So if you live in sort of a desert climate,
We're both just kind of
you can
talking
have
over
there.
each other. It's kind of awesome. Yeah.
I'm computing. Yeah, well, that's the beauty of these mics.
Yeah.
And then, so this is kind of a cool area. Sorry if you get blue audio there. I'm getting Nick.
Yeah, we get a lot of people here. Yeah. So we will come this way, and then this is the TV area. You can hear I got Hans Zimmer going back here. So
I'll set up this system later once
Yeah.
we're doing the presentation. Let's check out this room. Excuse me. So this is their 2-channel listening room where they have some of their high-end speakers, including the famed Ultra Tower speaker there. And then you can see
we're going
they
to kick
have,
off over
some
here in
select
just a
subwoofers
few
here.
minutes. Everybody wants to kind of start gathering right here.
TV 2000 Pro, SB 1000. So full selection of subwoofers. You can come in here and mix and match between different speakers and subs, and it just gives you a nice sort of discrete 2-channel listening experience in a comfortable stereo setup.
I think I need to lose this mic because I'm about to yell and bring everybody over here. But as you can see, it's a huge store. There's even things we didn't show you. And we're about to bring everybody together into our main listening stage in just a moment, where we're going to do a 7.2 surround sound system, and we'll walk you through that in a minute. But,
I'm gonna go hit the bar. I'll see you.
Yeah, have at it.
No, we gotta show the refreshments here real quick. So I'm gonna let Larry get the rest of the people over here. We can get Ken as well.
Well, I'm going to talk over you.
For work purposes, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. All right, for those of you that can still hear me, I'm walking around collecting everybody now.
We didn't want to be on camera.
All right, we are going to get started over here on the other side of the store now. Hello again, camera. All right, we are going to kick off over on the other side right now. Everybody here is really tall.
For the live, or the people who are here in person, it's a Prime bookshelf, 5.2.2, actually 5.1.2, SVS 1000 Pro, and then on receiver. And then we're also giving away a 3000 micro for the people in attendance here tonight.
You are live on the mic, so make sure it's clean.
It will be. Is this the Ultra?
This is the
Center?
Ultra Center. So those of you that can hear us on the broadcast right now,
Okay.
we're talking about the system we've got. So we're using our Prime Pinnacles.
Yes,
Up
I've
front
heard
is
so
the
much
main.
about those.
Our Ultra Center channel here. We're going to have a pair of Prime bookshelves on the side for surrounds. And in the very back of this demo, we've got our Prime towers for surrounds, and then a pair of 16 Ultra seals.
Let's do the big boys.
We're going to have some fun with it. So we're going to kick things up. So, let me bring everybody together because I think we're ready to get going. Oh, I will. So, all right, I'm still babbling on the mic, so some of you guys are hearing
No
stuff.
one's complaining.
So
You're good.
I need to yell. All right, everybody, it's time to get things going. If you want to join us over here. That was kind of weak, but yeah. All right. Oh, am I kicking things off?
Oh, I think no. We got to get David.
All right, David's outside.
He is.
Yes.
Is he smoking or something?
No, he's just out there with his team. So, welcome everybody. I'm trying not to yell too much because I'm on a microphone.
We're overdue.
I'm Larry with SVS. I've got Nick and Gary and Ken, and we're all so excited to be out here tonight. Thank you all for coming. We've got a few thousand people watching us on Facebook and YouTube right now too. So we always like to say, yeah, awesome, right? If you don't want to be seen, just kind of
lied
cover
about being here tonight, then maybe
yeah.
just cover your face.
We make jokes because some of you said you're working late and you're here partying with us. So
You're with
But-
your second family.
Yeah, so we're going to get started here in just a second. We're going to hang out over here for a little bit and do a little bit of a presentation, play some loud stuff for you, and then we've got some other experiences for you that we'll let you in on in just a moment. But
All right.
yeah, I've got David Pigeon coming up here now. He'll kick things off. He is the owner, proprietor, CEO. I don't know all his titles, but I've known David for almost 20 years, which is crazy. So
Thank you, number one, all of you for coming. We really, really appreciate it. We're so excited to have SVS. They have brought all of their goodies and all of their fun, and then they've also brought all of the experts, which is exciting. You know, at Starpower, we're known for custom installation, taking care of people, and you know, we carry custom leather, we carry all your video, your audio, your automation, shades, everything. But we're really downhearted to be speaker people. We love it, and have been that way. And music listening is something really, really special, and certainly close to my heart. And Gary Jacobian is here tonight, which is the CEO of SVS, and so excited to have him here. He's been a personal friend we were talking about for over 30 years. That we've known each other.
Make me sound old, David.
That's right. But, Gary has built SBS with his team and everything into the wonderful company that they are, and it really attracts for us, you know, with the quality and the leadership and what they do, and they're all about customer service, and that's something that is very important to us, and we track on the same photo finish almost with that, because we're all about customer service. Take care of it. If you've ever had an issue or anything, they take care of it immediately, and it's so exciting. But it's the integrity that Gary has brought to the company, and we're certainly excited tonight. You're going to get several unbelievable demos. On top of that, we've got drawings at the end, so if you stick around, we're going to give away an SBS package, we're going to give away SBS subwoofer, give away all sorts of accessories and fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. There's food, all sorts of food, shrimp and London broil, and vegetables, and everything over there.
I'll be right back.
Wine. There's all the drinks over there, beer, wine, sodas, water, whatever you want over there too. So enjoy yourself tonight, have fun. We've also, if you get with the salespeople, we've got certain specials going on and things, so we certainly are excited. If you want to buy something tonight, we're certainly here for that too. But really, what we really want you to do tonight is have fun and enjoy yourself, and that's what it's all about. With no further ado, I'm going to bring up the CEO.
All right, first giveaway of the evening, pair of Prime Wireless Pro powered speakers. The winner of the Prime Wireless Pro powered speakers is Ronnie Vistro. Ronnie Vistro, congratulations.
First thing I want to do is thank you, David, for hosting us. These folks are as professional as it gets in the world of audio, and I'm privileged to be able to see retail stores literally all over the world, and there are very too few really with the level of professionalism that you get at Starpower. So thank you for having us. You're wonderful partners. You're a wonderful friend. And but I am really happy to be here. This is our third in-person event in-person retail event since you know what, and we're really happy to be here. And I like Scottsdale. It's beautiful weather here. So Nick, I think what we should do is have another in-person retail event in January.
February sounds nice to me. Yeah.
February.
Can't keep me away.
It's really beautiful.
Ooh,
Super Bowl.
now you're
There you
talking.
go.
yeah, I'm sure hotels are super cheap and plentiful that way.
No, I really do want to say, first of all, so happy to be here. Everyone, I haven't interacted with all of you, but I'm going to be here for the entire night. I won't be only doing demos. I'll be just interacting with folks, answering your questions. But everyone I've met so far has been so gracious and welcoming. We are thrilled to be here, and I'm here with Ken Cadis. Show Ken. He never gets any love.
Ken avoids the camera.
Yeah. And Nick Brown. Yep, you all know Nick. Look at
Oh,
this beard.
yay, Nick! Yo, it's so awesome!
Yeah.
I don't do it for the applause.
Sparse applause.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'm divisive character.
And then Larry Magoo.
Oh, see? Oh, yeah!
So let me give you guys how we're organizing this event. Number one, we're going to do a formal presentation. We're going to talk about home theater. We're going to talk about great sound. We're going to talk about 2-channel. We're going to help demystify, hopefully, some of what's going on there and answer your questions. This part of it is a formal presentation. We're thinking in the neighborhood of 45 minutes or so. And I'm going to lead that with the help of Nick and Larry. And then we're going to break out into 2 separate demo areas. Larry, help me point where the 2 of them are.
So we've got 2 separate areas. One is a more moderate home theater system of 5.1 that if you're facing us, it'll be in the back right corner, where I'll be, or the front right corner, however you choose to look at it.
And a better room, right? So maybe sound a little more.
Yeah,
like
so it'll be a
sounds
little
in your
tighter,
home.
more like a living room.
Yep.
And then in the Ultimate Theater, which is through this hallway on the left, Ken is going to be showcasing our newest product, the Prime Wireless Pro powered bookshelves, along with the Prime Wireless Pro sound base and our Ultra bookshelves to do some 2-channel demos in there. So we've got a lot for you all to experience tonight.
I'm proud of those, but you'll get to hear them. You'll be among the first people in the world to actually hear them, so that'll be fun. And then right around 10 minutes of 8 or thereabouts, 5 minutes of 8, in that time frame, we're going to regroup and we'll do the giveaways. We have some smaller giveaways, and then we have is it a 3000 micro?
3000 micro.
Our mini subwoofer that's taken the world by storm, the 3000 micro, and then a full-on complete SVS home theater, right? Is that right?
Yeah, 5.1.2 home theater, so
Nick
7
is
speakers.
reluctantly, but
Reading comments,
subwoofer.
I always
We will-
get fixated on
we
the
will
comments.
make it
And a receiver.
Yeah. So one person's going to win a complete home theater based around, did you say?
Yeah. I'll do it again. Yeah, so 7 speakers of Prime 5.1.2, which we'll get into that later. So 5 surround speakers, 2 height effect
He's gonna
speakers,
explain what that all means.
a 1000 series subwoofer, and a Denon receiver as well.
So you've all filled out the form, hopefully, to enter. I think there's a thing where you have to have us initial that you got your demo. You know what? We trust you, and I think people are here to get demos. So just as long as you fill out the form, and here's the one thing we say, as long as you guys agree. If we pull your name and you already left to go to Popeyes or whatever, no, you don't win. You got to be here when we pull your name. Is that fair? So I'm going to stop talking and what this is yes, Larry, that no, you here I was.
The loudest.
No, that came from over there.
This event is about great sound. So Larry, we have a demo to
We
kick
do.
that off and kind of show. I could explain what great sound is, but why not try to?
Yeah, we're going to show it to
show
you.
it in
So
the
we're going
video.
to play a demo that we've been playing for a while now. It's called Cymatics. And the best way to explain this is if you could see what sound looked like. And so should I set up the system?
I would say let's
Let's
that
play
right
it. Let's
after,
crank it.
But what I want to do is, we're all friends now, right? So come closer. Come closer. You know, I've tested everyone, so social distancing is not necessary.
Wow.
I'm going to get sued, I know.
All right. So here we go. Here is Cymatics.
The film we are about to see has no characters.
I'm going to scoot over here and try to find Ken so we can do our next giveaway.
If you
Our
could
next
spare a
giveaway
little of
is
your
our
imagination.
3000 micro subwoofer.
Or better.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Ken, we good for another giveaway? This is the man with the power right here.
Yes.
All right, next giveaway is going to be a 3000 micro subwoofer. The winner of that is Chad Schmadicki. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Chad Schmadicki, you win a 3000 micro subwoofer. My colleague Vince will reach out and get your info. I'm going to go back over to the little demo area and we can get ready to.
We know it's kind of hard to get the demos for you all that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, but I am standing in a corner right now
This demo is called Cymatics. It's by an artist called Nigel Stanford. You can find it on YouTube or Vimeo. It's Cymatics with a C.
Everything owes its existence
If you look up the artist
solely
Nigel Stanford,
and completely
you can find his page too.
to
He's got a
sound.
bunch of. It's kind of fun, right? Yeah.
What did y'all think? Awesome. So that's a fun demo, and it does show the possibilities. I want to start a little bit with the basics. So let's start with, what is a home theater? Anybody want to throw it out there, or want me to throw a definition out? What do you think? What's a home theater? Well, how about this?
Immersive sound.
Great, love it. Immersive sound, gentlemen said. It's a place. Sorry.
Experience.
Totally. But let's bring it to what it really is, what it really does for us. If you had a place in your home where you could go and you could literally create an environment, immersive, as you say, an experience. If you could literally create an environment, and could it be a dedicated room? Absolutely. Does it have to be? No. It could be a living room, it could be a family room, a den, a place where you can create an experience that you can surrender yourself to. You can voluntarily, not involuntarily, but surrender yourself to the experience and create what we call a suspension of disbelief, where what's taking place on screen and in front of you and all around you, you can let yourself believe that it's really happening. And that can be movie, it can be a streaming TV show, it can be 2-channel music. The main point is, here we are, we have a stressed out lifestyle, right? I mean, who doesn't? Is there a way at the end of the day or some point in the day where I can go and let go of all that and forget about those day-to-day travails and create an experience that makes my life better? And that's what a home theater does. How does it do it? Well, this is beautiful TV, by the way. It creates a picture that is so believable. And usually want to, as much as possible, occupy your field of vision. So you guys were at a little bit of a disadvantage because it's a very big store. And this TV, if it were in your living room, would totally be occupying your field of vision. Maybe not so much in a room this big. That's really an important part of it. But I would say, if you really are going to surrender yourself to the experience, 3/4 of the connection to that experience, 3/4 of the emotional involvement to that experience comes from what? From the sound. Absolutely. The sound creates that emotional connection. And look, I'm biased, obviously, but I do believe that's true. And we do that in a home theater in some very specific ways. So one of the things, Larry and I were talking about this, I think some people are a little bit intimidated because it seems like creating an experience like this must be very daunting. In reality, it isn't that daunting nowadays, right, Larry?
Yeah, it's the home theater. Setting it up in your home has gotten much easier over the last few years. I mean, if you've been in this for a while, you remember buying separate audio cables, separate video cables, having to wire all that up, 6 or 7 remotes, and now HDMI has, some of you who still has 6 or 7 remotes.
I was gonna say, I still do.
HDMI has made that a lot easier now because it's one simple connection that transmits audio and video and now control. So your TV can control your Blu-ray player or your streaming box or your volume on your surround system or soundbar or whatever. So it's much more easy than it was previously for a lot of us to accomplish that. And so we're seeing a lot more people, especially over the last 2.5, 3 years, enhance their experience at home. So I'm sure a lot of you have done that or are in process of doing that too.
So Larry's going to walk us through the parts. It's not that difficult. But before, somebody was it you or I don't remember who it was, maybe it was Nick, saying, you're not doing a good job in these events, Gary, kind of telling people.
We always tell Gary that, right?
But, yeah, well, they love,
keeps them going.
they love throwing things at me, but that's another story. But you're not doing a good enough job telling what SVS, what we stand for. And I don't want to do, I said to them, they don't need to hear like some CEO-like presentation to shareholders. That's not really what we stand for anyway. What we stand for is putting people first in the SVS community, trying to create experiences that are within reach financially, but also lifestyle-wise of a normal person, but still giving them reference experiences, giving them uncompromised sound, treating them like they matter no matter what their investment was. That's really what SVS stands for. And I know for a fact, I don't know what percentage in this audience, but there's a significant percentage of people that are already part of what I would call the SVS community. And they know that. They know that we put our customers first. We're not all about, if you want to have the reference experience, then get your checkbook out. That's not our thing. Our thing is to create reference experiences for everyone. And is that okay?
Yeah,
Nick, is that okay?
Yeah,
So,
we no matter where you come into our brand, I think a big part of our story is, regardless if you start where we do as a brand or our flagship, the build quality is the same. The performance expectations are the same. And you don't see that from a lot of other products on the market. You'll see brands that make an inferior product where they start, and it's a totally different experience when you get to the end. And that's not what we do. And I think that's a lot of the conversations we've had with some of you all here too, which is just awesome to hear.
Great, Larry. Well, let's, what I think we should do is and I know some of you are like, I know one, I've seen some systems already. You know what? Usually in an event like this, someone wants to show you pictures of their kids, show your
This is their
I've seen
kid.
no pictures of anyone's kids. I've only seen pictures of people's speakers. That's what I've seen, lots of them. But so I think there's a lot of people that probably already know this. But Larry, why don't we just, for those that are just getting started with this, maybe just let everyone understand what the parts of a great home theater are.
So obviously you'll have your screen, then you'll bring in the audio. And the audio will all be, you need a brain, and in this case it's the brand new Marantz Cinema 50, which I have fallen in love with. I haven't found a new piece of audio gear in a long time that I wanted to buy, but this is it. So That's the brains. That's going to power, amplify all of the speakers in the system, and it's where everything gets connected to. So your Blu-ray, your gaming systems, your satellite cable box. I don't think any of you have that stuff anymore because we all have streaming, but that's where everything connects to. And then you're going to bring in the speakers. And what we are running here is 7 total speakers and 2 subwoofers. And so our setup is considered what's called a 7.2, and I'll break that down. On the left and right side of me here, we have our prime pinnacle towers, which we are using for the left and right stage, and that's typically where your panning and your stereo effects occur. Directly behind me is our ultra center channel, it's our flagship center channel. This is the most important speaker in your system.
So just to bring it down, we're starting with a pair of stereo speakers. Everybody knows what stereo speakers are, right? Now, this is the stereo speakers you're used to. And we add this center channel. And why do we add it, Larry?
The center channel is where all the dialogue and everything is going to come from on screen. If you're watching the news, watching a movie, the next demo we're going to do is all about how powerful a center channel can be. So we'll get that going too. So
the basic thing that is obvious, but not everyone thinks of it, is whenever somebody talks in a movie, their face is on the screen and their lips are moving. So if you're standing where you are, sir, right in the middle between 2 speakers, you probably don't need any help thinking that the sound is going to be coming from that person. But where you are and where you are and where you are, the center channel lets the sound appear as though it's coming from the person who's speaking. We're trying to create that experience that is believable and immersive.
And so that's your front stage. And then you want to bring it all together. So you typically put speakers behind you and in some cases above you. So on the sides, we have a pair of our prime bookshelf speakers, which in this case are our surround speakers. And that's where effects and music and things flying from front to back are going to come from. You heard some of that during the last demo. And then you all are tall here. The kind of the sides and the back, we have a pair of our prime towers, which we are using in this case called surround back. And that is bringing the full immersive experience, the bubble around you all together. And if you have the ability in your home to put speakers up above you over the
Before you go to the height effects, the purpose of the surround speakers is really important. It's why home theaters do what they do in a lot of ways. The surround speakers create that sense of place. By creating these, they never create something that's coming from a specific point, or almost never. They're most of the time creating something that's coming from a general place. And so you feel like you're somewhere. You're somewhere, and that somewhere is where whatever's going on screen is taking place. That is just one more, a little bit subtle step in feeling like what's going on screen is really happening, and you're right there with it.
So when the crickets start cricketing and the dog starts barking, it's working.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
My favorite thing I ever remember, my dad, for the first time, we were watching Mask of Zorro, the Antonio Banderas movie, and a horse comes walking from the back of it. My dad turned. And that was like, that's awesome. And now that experience has been amped up quite a bit thanks to new technologies called Dolby Atmos, DTSX, or Oro 3D, which incorporates what's called object-based speakers up above you. We couldn't do that here due to this environment, but you would normally put some speakers on your side walls or in your ceilings or behind you up above so that you do get that complete 360-degree experience. And a lot of people think of that as just rain, but it can be a lot of cool effects so that you are put completely in the middle of what you're watching, because we do want that immersive experience. We want to disappear in what we're watching. And Atmos to me is the coolest thing since Blu-rays come out. So it's all about getting the right content, getting it set up, and I think having an emotional attachment to what you're watching too. And
well, so Larry, I think what I hear you saying is that the surround speakers create this sort of 360-degree experience. The height effect speakers make it 3D. Now it's not on a single vertical plane. Instead, it's now all over the room. If it's supposed to come from here, it's now from this point in space, or it's from this point in space, or it's from that point in space. And again, I actually think Dolby Atmos, more important than having lots of surround speakers, that is the next big step in creating that sense of really being somewhere. Now, Larry, did we talk about the subwoofer?
A little bit, but not yet.
Let's talk about the subwoofer. You know, what does the subwoofer do? What does the subwoofer do?
The subwoofer is what is going to bring it all together. It's going to put you right now. Because if you just watch something with speakers and it's loud, it's just loud. But by bringing in a subwoofer, it brings in that low frequency effect, the guttural experience, the punch in the gut when you're watching a concert or when you go to a live concert. You feel the bass. And so what subwoofers do is they completely bring the experience together. And so you'll get the low end effects from explosions, cars, music, bass guitars, you name it. And it just completely fills out the space.
And SVS is known for our subwoofers.
A little bit.
We're also known for our speakers, so I don't like to be, I think though that maybe the first thing you think of when you think of SVS is really amazing subwoofers. And one reason why is a subwoofer needs to deliver bass that is so deep that you can't hear it. Now, why would you want that? Because you literally can feel it. And when you can feel it, which Larry's going to do a demo, not this next one, but the one after that, where you will literally feel what's going on in addition to hear what's going on, that is maybe the final step in the sound doing what it needs to do to connect you emotionally. And one of the things I say, 3/4 of the emotional impact of the home theater experience comes from the sound. Maybe half of that comes from a great subwoofer. And only a great subwoofer can deliver bass below audibility and at the volume level that the user wants. So Larry, we're going to move though from home theater to more of an audio experience now. Is that right?
Yeah, so
and Nick and I are going to talk about what the modern audiophile really means.
Yeah, we're going to hit you in the feels. So that's where we're going next. We want you to have an emotional attachment to what you watch. And I think that's a big part of watching a movie or listening to music, is being part of that. And so this next demo is a scene from the movie The Greatest Showman. And I know a lot of us guys here are like, musical. But it's a fantastic movie. And this sequence is all about the importance of a center channel and bringing the dialogue, the music, the singing, and everything together. So you're going to hear this singer on stage. You're going to hear from whispers to her taking a breath to belting out these amazing notes. And you're going to be accompanied around you with the music from the orchestra that's on stage too. And so I'm just going to shut up because we're talking way too much.
Nightingale.
Here you go.
Miss Jenny Lind.
All right. Next giveaway. And actually, I'll have to call an audible on this one because we choose them at random. And as it would happen, my mom was chosen. Thanks, Mom, for tuning in, first of all. But you can't win your subwoofer, so you're not eligible. But the winner of the SB 2000 Pro subwoofer is Todd Brewer. Congratulations, Todd Brewer. Got yourself a new subwoofer. And sorry, Mom, I'll buy you one for Christmas. So no offense there.
Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off the dream, getting loud. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? Starting without you. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough. Never be enough. Time to go, still too little. These hands can hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough for me. Never, never, for me, for me.
Wow, listen how quiet it is. Yeah, see?
Tissues on the counter if anyone needs it.
So my question to all of you is, was that an audiophile experience? Yes. I hear more yeses, but I did see one troublemaker shaking his head. So let's wait a minute and let's first, maybe we need to define our terms. Maybe if we define our terms, we'll get someplace together. So before we define audiophile, circa 2022, let's define audiophile in the what I would call conventional sense, like what the world always has thought of an audiophile as being. Does that make sense? All right. So I'm going to ask you some yes or no questions, or either or questions. Is the typical conventional, quote unquote, old-fashioned audiophile, is that person most likely to be male or female? Yeah. Hearing a lot of male. Second question, is that male likely to be a Gen Z kid or a male over 50, 60 years old?
56 older.
Old people.
Is that, listen, I have nothing, being one of them, I have nothing against old people. Does that older male make a massive investment in his system in order to qualify as being an audiophile, or just a little bit? Massive. Okay. And that person, is he experiencing his wonderful hobby with family, with friends, in a crowded room, convivial atmosphere? Or is he sitting alone right where you are? And what do we call this place in between the speakers? Sweet spot. Sweet spot. Sitting alone in the sweet spot. And where is everyone else in the household? Resenting him.
I hate you.
Work pencil.
Too loud.
Nick has coined a phrase. And look, looking at this group, I feel like we've made some progress. Because I see diversity of ages, of groups that they come from, of gender, that makes me feel so happy if we have had some part in that. But one of the reasons, I think, is that we don't draw those boundaries of, am I going in the right direction as far as audiophile, or is it? No. Far from. We've sort of said to ourselves, we don't want those boundaries. So Nick, you coined this phrase, the modern audiophile, which I love.
I did, yeah. I mean, it really comes out of a lot of what Gary was talking about in the notion of being inclusive and wanting to have more people embrace this hobby. I mean, if you're sitting alone and you're not really getting other people excited or engaged with their content in a way where they can appreciate sound on the deepest level possible, then I feel like we're not doing our jobs well enough, because we want to get people excited and we want you to get other people excited. And really, the further definition that we go from here is that, it doesn't have to just be music. I feel like there's this stereotype one where audiophiles are super.
It has to be two-channel.
It has to be two-channel, and if it's not a certain set of
more
gear,
channels, it ain't audiophile anymore.
That's right.
Nora Jones.
Yep. And there's this level of judgmentalness. I don't even know if that's a word.
No, I think
being
you're right.
judgmental,
It's not a word.
where it's like, you know what, that's not the right power amp, or you don't have a mono block, or those speakers don't cost enough, and whatever your check boxes are, you're judging or you're making people feel inadequate, and that's not what we're all about. We want people to think, if you have $1,000 to spend on a 5.1 and you get the best system you can get, you're an audiophile. It is. But if you have $50,000 and you're buying a pair of speakers, I mean, that's okay too. You qualify. My son's in college. He has a gaming system where he has a pair of our Prime Wireless Pro, which is in that demo room over there. People flock to his room because they're used to TV speakers or sound bars, which just don't produce the kind of output or the dynamic range or the clarity or all these cool terms that audiophiles like to throw around, but most people have no idea what they mean because all they've ever heard is TV speakers or sound bars. So when somebody like that or a more diverse crowd can start sharing the joys and the benefits that they get from their system, we feel like we're doing a lot more. And that's one of the reasons we do these kind of events and why we do these live streams, because we just want people to get excited about this and not feel like, you know, I'm going on the forums and I'm tearing people down because they don't have the right equipment. No, have a more happy approach to it.
Their power cable for the best possible sound.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with having that level of passion. If it brings you joy to get 1% more performance from spending $50,000, hey, that's cool with us. But it's also cool if you have a very moderate budget and you're just stepping up as much as you can, saving paycheck to paycheck. There's nothing wrong with that. You're still an audiophile. So I'm passionate about this. We love talking about it. And that's why we like doing these kind of events as well.
I love it. And, you know, so I think what I'm hearing is your definition of the modern audiophile is within how the person engages to the content. They don't love content. I mean, if they don't love music or movies or streaming TV or gaming or even sports, if they don't have some content that they're super engaged to, if they're just, you know, kind of
listening to white
talk
noise,
radio and ironing stuff, I mean, then they're probably not our best candidate to be a modern audiophile. But if they have content that they love, you know, streaming TV is a great example that maybe audiophiles would have said that's not. But I don't agree. If there's a lifestyle, if it suits their lifestyle and their budget, and they can have the best possible sound within that, they're the modern audiophile. You agree?
I agree. And it's just, and it's just a way to be inclusive no matter what kind of content you're into. As long as you appreciate great sound and you're willing to invest a little bit more than the most base level, then you're on your road to being an audiophile, and you already are. So that's how we feel about it.
And we're showing in one of our demo areas tonight, and you guys are going to be among the first people in the world to hear actual mass production versions of our Prime Wireless Pro. We're showing our Prime Wireless Pro speakers and our Prime Wireless Pro sound base, and we don't make these events as infomercials, by the way. I'm not here to pitch SVS particularly. We are passionate about this space. We're passionate about what we do. We're passionate about the possibilities and the experiences, but let's not make it about SVS. But I will say Prime Wireless Pro kind of represents what we think is an entry point for a modern audiophile, because it's a pair of powered speakers. They have literally 4 50-watt amplifiers. So they're two-way speakers, so one amplifier on each driver. They use a digital electronic crossover. That's a lot of techno talk. What it all means is they can connect wirelessly to your Wi-Fi network. They can connect using AirPlay 2, which means it's automatically if you have an iPhone, or they can be cast, which is automatically if you have an Android phone, or they can plug into your TV via HDMI. Bottom line is, all you really need to be an audiophile, you don't need a receiver, you don't need all this stuff. All you really need is your phone to create content, and now you are having an uncompromised, amazing audio experience by just buying a pair of powered speakers. So that to me is why we're so excited about Prime Wireless Pro. You guys get to experience it in the next demo area. But before we do that, I think it's time for, see, we're perfectly on schedule. Do you want to take back if you're behind schedule?
No.
If you look up stubborn in the dictionary, they got a picture of Larry right there. So, Larry, we talked about this. We wanted to do a new demo for you guys. We wanted to do something that pulls everything together. It's a movie. It's Top Gun. I think it's an incredibly good demo. I love it. It's exciting, and it does pull together all the different things we've talked about this evening. After the demo, we're going to break out into groups. I'm going to hang here and interact with you guys any way you would like me to, answer your questions, see pictures of your speakers. And then there'll be 2 other demo areas that Larry's leading one.
Yeah, so we'll do a basic 5.1 up front with essentially the system we're giving away tonight. So Prime bookshelves, Prime center, Prime satellites for the surround speakers, and an SB1000 Pro. And then you all will go get to hang out with Ken, who's the gentleman right there behind Nick, and he's going to show you the powered bookshelves and amplifier that Gary was just talking about. It's my favorite product we've ever made. So
you had a lot of input on it.
Yeah, it's been fun. And I got to cue this up, so it's going to take a second. But this is going to be Top Gun Maverick, and if you haven't seen it, we're going to try to stop it before anything spoilery happens because I'm very anti-spoiler.
This is a little bit of a spoilery demo.
So, yeah, I would hope. I mean, it's only one of the biggest grossing movies. Ken hasn't seen it, and if you're in this store, it's playing 24/7. So we're going to play it for you. And this sequence, we don't have height effects in this space, but because of the way we've set this room up and the way our products work together, you're going to hear things happening up above you from these jets. So I've got to fast forward for 1 second because we're still using discs. But give me just a second here. Nick, why don't you fill in some time while I fast forward?
Well, here, does anyone have any questions while Larry's finding the spot? Which subs are these? This is our SB16 Ultra. So this is our top of the line series. They're sealed subwoofers, meaning, people ask me this question all the time. Which is better I just did it a couple of times tonight already with folks. This means that there's no air able to get in or out of the cabinet. The motion of the driver is super controlled. And a lot of times people view a sealed subwoofer like this SB16 Ultra as maybe super accurate, but not massive output. But our design team has worked really, really hard to kind of narrow the delta. It has a big brother, PB16 Ultra, that has 3 massive ports, and it's capable of massive output. But basically what you're going to hear right now is our top of the line SB16 Ultra subwoofer. And hopefully you're going to hear that. I know it doesn't look small, but compared to the amount of bass you're going to get, they're small.
Especially in this big open room. So we're going to kick this up. We're going to jump right in the middle of some crazy jet sequences here. So just get ready.
All right. Whoa, hey, hot mic. So a little bit over time here, but we do owe one more giveaway. The last giveaway of the evening is, before I do that, I just did want to say thank you for all the comments. For what I can get to read, I love that you guys talk back and forth. I love that there's these conversations going on. You're educating each other. I know we didn't get to share a lot of tips tonight. But we're fully invested in these guys. Love to see the interaction that everyone's having online. Oh, say hi to Brandy. She's a Starpower. So our last giveaway of the evening is a pair of our Prime Tower speakers. It's been a while since we gave those away. And the winner of the Prime Towers is Mike Day. Congratulations, Mike Day. Some 3 new Tower speakers coming your way. So we are tentatively scheduled to have another Audiophile Happy Hour, our more traditional ones from our various homes next Thursday, normal time, 6 p.m. Eastern. So you have to stay up so late on the East Coast, and we'll be doing more giveaways then as well. And it'll be the first Happy Hour I'm doing from my new home theater, which is about 90% done, so I'm super stoked for that. So again, thank you for tuning in. Gary, you want to wave goodbye before we close out for the evening? Thank you all. Happy listening. Sorry, Mom, you didn't win a subwoofer tonight.